Hello and good evening and a very warm welcome to Love Audio's YouTube channel. My name is Paul Webber. Great to be here today, this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever it is in the world that you're watching this from. Please do let me know in the comments, especially if you're new here. And if you are new here, you don't know me, I am Paul Webber. Now, what is Love Audio production all about? Well, hopefully it's a safe, fun, friendly and hopefully entertaining platform for you to learn the basics in audio production. So if you're okay with that, let's get on with it, shall we? And as we always do, we, two stands that says Rich Vibes. Yeah, like two Jags, but not quite as wealthy, do you know what I mean? Good evening, he says. Switch stand position. Not really, I've still got the stand here, but I've got the other stand here for the dynamic microphone that we're doing as well. Hi to Tom and Becky, listening and watching in Taunton. Rich is in Exeter, hello to you. Ooh, two stands. Yeah, I know. A bit posh. But that's okay, it's good. Because we're going to be testing out two microphones tonight. The whole idea of tonight's stream, as you've seen from the thumbnail, which I put up there a little earlier on, is the fact that we're going to be testing two microphones. We're going to be putting the condenser mic versus the dynamic mic, okay? And looking at the subtle differences. Now, bearing in mind that each microphone will have its own unique identity. It will have its own unique pattern. And, you know, each one will sound completely different to the other. So just bear that in mind. When we do the comparison, you'll be able to hear that difference, hopefully, if you're listening on decent speakers or a TV or something like that, perhaps. So just bear that in mind. So what I've done is I've duplicated the settings. And Ben. Ben's there as well. Brilliant. The whole family's tuning in tonight, which is really good. Thank you. And hi to you, Ben. Hope all is well. And where's my microphone? No, I'm only joking with you. I think he's still got my SM58. So yeah, drop a thing in a comment. Let me know if you still got my SM58. If you sold it, that's fine. Just give me the money. I'm only kidding. I'm only messing with you guys. Only messing. All right. So yeah. So without further ado, let's get on with it, shall we? What I'm going to do is show you the microphone that I've got currently, which is, of course, is the Marshall MXL 2001. Now I'll take the windshield off of this. This is the dynamic microphone. That's better. Wasn't even facing me. That sounds much better, doesn't it? Also, I've got the compressor on slightly differently than I normally would. So give me 2 seconds while I sort that out, because it might need a little bit of gain, not much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that too much? Just tell me if it's too much in the comments. And the threshold, I think, is about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't really notice a lot of difference there, so that should be okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, that should be fine. So that's that. The gate is pretty much the same. Going to open that up a little bit so it's not cutting off every single sibilance of my words at the front, which is good. And I've pretty much duplicated those settings onto the dynamic microphone channel. Now that's probably not the right thing to do, because don't forget, each microphone is different. You know, a dynamic microphone is so much more different to a condenser microphone, for instance, in its you know, in the way it behaves, really. And don't forget, the condenser mic has got an input of 48 volts phantom power that's making it work. Whereas the dynamic mic, you won't have anything going through that. So, you know, just be aware of that. Each microphone is going to have its own merits. It's going to have its own downfalls, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to put the windshield back on there so it's not popping quite so much. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a noise gate. Yes, I do. Sammy's in the house. Hello to John Venturini as well. Hello to John. Thank you very much indeed for joining, John. Sammy Superstar, of course, says, hello, mate, in his best Cockney accent. And he says, how are you, Paul? I'm absolutely fine. Thank you so much for joining. Glad to know you're here. Yes, that's so right. Not quite sure what you relate to on that one, but it says also you have a noise gate, which, of course, is correct. I do have a noise gate on it, so that it stops any of the background noise coming through. And then we've still got echo in the room because I've got some more soundproofing tiles coming on Wednesday, so they hope to be fitted by Friday of this week. So next week's stream should be a lot less. If I take the gates off completely, for instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can hear that noisy echo in the room. You can hear that, you know, which is really quite off-putting. So I tend to put the gate on, so that stops any of that noise going on in the background, which is really cool. Okay. So if you guys are all right with this, what I'm going to do is I'll bring over bring over the boxes that these microphones came in. So this is the Marshall MXL 2001 P, as it says there. Okay, I've had this microphone, as you know, from various streams that I've told you about and sung the praises of it. I've had this for about 15, 20 years, and it's served me really, really well. It's a large diaphragm, studio condenser microphone. It's gold spattered, which means the diaphragm itself is spattered with gold, basically. With regards to my... it might be just me, but it's sounding a little hot. Bless you. Well, that's because I turned it up, didn't I? So let's go to my compressor and then turn the gate down slightly. Not the gate, sorry. The gain. Sorry, the gain on the gain on. That's the Tascam. What am I looking at that for? Fool, crazy fool. Hang on a second. Wrong microphone. There we go. Okay. So the gain's right down anyway, so that's fine. I haven't been turning the gate up. Okay, so we're a little hot coming in. Oh, okay, that's fine. Let me just go back to my settings on the desk then in that case. Go to mix 7 and 8, which is what you guys are hearing down the tube. And if I go to mix masters and bring that down slightly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How's that? Not too bad. I'm just peeking between the fade and the cut button on my vMix. That should be about right. That should be about right. There you go. Okay, so let's go back to the user on the desk and put that back there so we know what we're doing. That's brilliant. Okay, thank you very much. With regards to the SM58, Tom says, Ben says he has still got it, but it'll take some looking for. Well, I hope you're looking after it. Like Rich said, it's sounding a bit hot, so I've dropped the volume slightly on that one. Rich says, better. And Rich says, cheers, Paul. Sammy Superstar says, you know I only do the accent for you and Rich. Yeah, you do, and we are highly honored that you do that. And we do the $38 when we're on your stream, you know, for the New York accent and the New Jersey accent that you guys do. So, you know, it's a bit of friendly banter, I think you'll agree. So anyway, we've gone over the box for the MXL 2001P from Marshall. These are the guys that make the guitar amps, by the way. So Marshall Electronics Incorporated. Okay, the MXL is a division of that. And, you know, on the back of the mic, it's got all this kind of fancy stuff about the dynamics of the microphone itself. Gold spotted diaphragm, low distortion, large capsule condenser, high sensitivity, more detailed recordings. Comes with mic stand, mount, and carry case. Heavy-duty brass enclosure. That is absolutely true. And don't forget, it uses a 48-volt phantom power supply in order to make it work. Now, on the other hand, this does not do that. So don't put 48 volts through a dynamic microphone. You will ruin it. Guaranteed. John Venturini says, friendly banter in accents. You're absolutely right. And I know, John, sometimes you slip into your New Yorkan accent. So that's quite interesting to watch on your streams. John Venturini is here from JV Talks, various channels that he's got. So JV Talks is a program that he does, which is really, really interesting. And yeah, so excellent stuff. Glad to know that you're here, John. Thank you so much for joining. All right. So we've heard this microphone. I'm going to now mute it, and we'll go over to the dynamic microphone. Okay, so we're going to mute the desk mic here. And make sure it's switched on. Of course, now this, believe it or not, is the dynamic microphone. Okay, so you know, don't forget that this is literally one of those handheld microphones that you can use when you're singing, when you're doing speeches or things like that. It's a handheld mic, or you can put it on a stand, obviously, like I'm doing. So if I took it off, for instance, and brought it around here, I don't think it sounds too bad. I would be happy using that at a gig. Obviously, it sounds very different to the condenser mic, which we knew it would anyway. And it's got a windshield on it as well to stop any of that kind of popping. But you generally tend to, you know, on the capsule itself, you tend to talk across the microphone. So you can hear that wind now if I take the windshield off. That's the kind of noise that you're going to get from that microphone. But it's very similar in weight and very similar in style to the Shure SM58. Now, it's not. It's made by Pulse, okay? And it's a dynamic vocal microphone. The model number is PM, that's P for Papa, M for Mike, 580S. It's a rugged metal construction, silver mesh grille, satin finish, 4.5 meters of XLR cable come with it. Got a microphone stand clip as well. It's got a foam-lined ABS carry case, and it is a switched microphone. So, and that's the switch on. And that's the switch on. So, you know, it's good. It cuts out, if you don't want it to pick up any background noise while you're not talking, then you just, you know, and it'll be fine. So I'm going to put this back on. There we go. So yeah, not a bad microphone. I'm not even going to publish that onto the screen, Rich Vibes. You should be ashamed of yourself. John Venturini, JV Talks will be a great name for the Friday show. VF Talks, correct. Yes, VF Talks. See, I'm making things up as I go along, John. I hope you don't mind for that. Viewer discretion is advised, absolutely. And yeah, I'm not gonna give Rich the benefit of the doubt by even publishing that to the screen. He's laughing about it now. Yeah, I bet you are. So rude. Yeah, you know, you guys are trying to catch me out, aren't you, on the chat? I know you are. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. I can take it. Right. So that's the dynamic mic. I don't think it's too bad. What do you reckon, Sammy? Just let me know in the comments whether you think that's any good or not. Do let me know. It's you know, it's if I had no other microphone in the building and this was the only one I had, I would be perfectly happy to live stream with this microphone and also do anything else like DJing or, you know, karaoke or anything like that with this mic. So, you know, with that, we haven't got any effects on the channel itself, but, you know, I've literally mirrored the dynamics of each channel to this one that the microphone is plugged into. And it's also going through, believe it or not, it's going through the Behringer valve preamp that I've got the other microphone going through, except with that one, it's not got the 48 volts. There's a little switch on it. You just turn that switch off, and it doesn't give you 48 volts going through this, because that would give me a shock and probably the microphone as well. It's like you're ready to do stand-up with that mic. Yeah. So, you know, I was saying to the wife the other day, you know, we went downtown and we did this and that and the other guys and all that kind of stuff. I can't do off-the-cuff jokes, so don't even try it, John. But thank you very much for the compliment. He says, it's like you're ready to do stand-up with that mic. Brilliant stuff. Rich is telling us about his DJing career, BTW, by the way. It's my first night back at Timepiece tomorrow night. Yay. Excellent stuff. I did a wedding, 2 weddings weekends just gone. One of them was absolutely awful. The second one was one of the best ones I've done for years. So it just goes to show, you know, the audience is just complete contrast from one night to the other. Cutting Edge TV, that's Mario is in the house. Hello to you, sir. Hey, Paul. Hey, guys. Hey, boy. Hey, girl. Superstar DJs. Here we go. Great song. Hopefully won't get struck for that. Chemical Brothers reference if you don't get it. All right. So we're testing tonight. If you just joined us, Mario, thank you for joining. And Rich and John and Tom and Becky and Ben and everybody else. Rich says, hey, Cutting Edge. We're testing the dynamic mic against the condenser mic. Okay, so this is the dynamic mic that I'm holding in my hand right now. I'll put that back on the stand. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll go back to the studio mic, the condenser mic that I generally use for my live streams. So we go. And then we'll unmute that one so I can hear what's going on. And yeah, so now we're back to this one, which is the, I mean, it sounds a lot clearer, clearly, because it's A, it's more expensive, and B, it's got a lot more going for it as regards to circuitry and to make it sound as good as it does. And bearing in mind that these are mainly used for studio, they're very rarely used in the field, as in, you know, on a live environment, because of the fact that it picks up so much background noise unless you've got it really tuned in and, you know, you've got a gate across it and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's really good. Sup, Rich Vibes, says the Cutting Edge TV. Rich Vibes says, a horse walks into a bar. Yeah, Rich is trying to do stand-up now as well. John Venturini says, and also his killer 5-minute set where he tries to channel his inner Andrew Dice Clay, says John. Interesting. Okay, So, yeah, we're back to the studio mic now. Just let me know in the comments what you think about the two mics. I mean, you've heard both of them now. And if you're listening to this on, something decent like a TV or some good speakers or whatever it might be, let us know how it sounds. That will be really, really good. Because it's good to get feedback, and we test these things now and again, and it's great to kind of see the comparison, really, between a handheld dynamic mic and a stand-mounted condenser mic. So, yeah, do let us know in the comments, if you will. Got that the right way around? Yes, I have. I'm making sure it's got the right way around. If it was the wrong way around, like that, it's not going to be able to hear me, because this is the back of the mic, and it's unidirectional, not omnidirectional. Omnidirectional means it's picking up sound from all around the capsule. Tom says, definitely prefer the studio mic. No, absolutely, I agree, totally agree. But like I said earlier on, if there was no other microphone in the building and that was the one I had to use, then I've got no objections using this. Okay. Stay there a sec. I can let you know exactly how much it costs. I should know this off by heart, but I don't, so excuse me just looking through the price list here. Wait, microphones. There we go. Okay, here we go. Dynamic vocal handheld microphone with switch, PM580S, that's correct. You're not going to believe this, guys, but this microphone is £20.82. Don't forget the Devon VAT. No VAT, I'm not VAT registered. So that's £20, 20 UK pounds and 82 pence. Now what that translates to in American dollars, I have no clue. Probably about $25 max for that particular microphone. So yeah, it's one of those things that, the quality isn't as good as the SM58. Clearly, it's not as good as a lot of handheld mics, but it's not a bad microphone for the price. Let's put it that way. So, yeah. If you're after a cheap enough handheld dynamic microphone, sounds decent enough, then you know where to come. All right, good stuff. Yeah, so like Tom says, definitely prefer the studio mic. That goes without saying, absolutely. And Rich is trying to add VAT onto everything from Devon. Pity we're in Cornwall, but there we are. Well, I am anyway. So there we go. That's the test of the two mics. Hope you enjoyed that. Only a shorter stream tonight because I just wanted to get on and do these two for you, which is fantastic. Got some voiceovers and stuff to do very soon, which I'm going to bring you guys on and do some more production work with the software that I currently use, of course, which is the PreSonus Studio One 5 Pro. And they've got a thing on at the moment where you can literally subscribe to the channel on their Sphere program and pay like a monthly fee instead of the one-off fee of the whole thing to buy the software outright. You get the full version, of course, and they do a running kind of monthly thing. And if you skip a month, then you lose the software. So be careful and make sure you save everything. Just saying. But generally, once you're on board with it, it's one of those things that you keep going on. Rich Vibe says, of course, Saltash, the other side. Yeah, the dark side, mate. It's there we go, yeah. It's just over the bridge. Halfway across the bridge is the border between Devon and Cornwall. Just so you know. Pretty good. Okay, yeah, we've got the website, of course, which is that one, loveaudio.co.uk for this particular stream. My new channel, of course, is called Love Audio Bits. And you can do a search for it and find it on YouTube. I've also got a Facebook page, which I'm trying to build as well. So go ahead and like that if you've not done so already. And yeah, we're going to be obviously doing some merch and stuff like that. But you can find the merch site over at spring.com. Look for Love Audio's merch store and you'll find T-shirts and mugs as well over there. And all that kind of paraphernalia. Rich is making reference to the fact that there's arguments between Cornish and Devon scones. Add the Cornish cream. Absolutely. Cream first, jam second. That's the way I've always done it. And it's going to be controversial, I know, but, that's just the way it is. Some things never change. That's just the way it is. Bruce Hornsby in a range. So yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you very much indeed for joining. Really, really short stream. Means I can go home and go to bed because I'm really tired. Good lad, says Rich. Good lad. And yeah, it means I can go home and get some sleep because I've been up for stupid o'clock hours, thanks to my son Tom, who dragged me to the pub last night. Shocking behaviour. And so self-inflicted. Yeah, we stayed up and watched TV till God knows when. And yeah, so bit of a tired one today, but back once again with the Renegade Master next Monday night at 8. Cream first, says Rich. Yes, of course. Back at 8 p.m, of course, GMT next week. So from me, Paul Webber, thank you very much for joining, and look forward to seeing you next week on this particular channel. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Bye for now.